You were starting today. How can you make your first 30 days count? How do you win in your 30 days? Have you ever thought about this? Have you guys ever thought about what can I do to maximize my potential? What would happen if I gave it my all?
Mhm.
Right? So let's talk a little bit about that. What is the mindset around that?
Right. I personally think first 30, 60 days, even 90 days are very crucial in any new partners or anybody who starts anything new, to be honest. Because if we start strong, we finish strong, right? How many times we have heard that? Now, what is starting strong is also starting with the right expectations. Now, what does it mean to succeed in first 30, 60 days? Because many times we get started and we are thinking about results right away because we come from employee mindset. We don't realize it's not a job. There is no paycheck. We are going to take some time to build the skill set, build the mindset. So the results is not the first thing to expect, right? And I want to give you an example in any arena. Like if you're in school or you started a new course or you got into a new sport or you started a traditional business, what would be your expectation in your first 30, 60 days? It wouldn't be like if you started a school, you wouldn't be expecting a job, right? You're not looking for result.
Yeah.
I
And Shipra is saying a very important part, guys. This is very important to understand. When we are, think about it, right? I mean, today we all can drive cars well. How was it the first day when you got in your car? Anybody remember that? Right? Some of you I know just got a car, so you probably are maybe say somewhere in the same boat. Okay, but I want you to think what was it like, and how about a month later? How about 2 months later? So what Shipra is talking about is just because you got in a business doesn't mean you have the right mindset yet to say, oh, I have a business. Now I'm Elon Musk. Right? So before you can create that success, you got to think about growing yourself to get to that place. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. And I just wanted to kind of give you examples because you guys will relate with that. Because when you start a job, start a school, you're not expecting a job. You're actually looking to set some routine. So when can you study? What are the classes you're taking? You're focusing on learning because that will get you the job, right? Or same thing in sports. You're not thinking that first 30 days you'll be the champion or you will win a gold medal or something. What are you thinking? How can I show up to my practice? What is my workout routine so I can condition my body, right? So you're putting the work behind. Same thing in this business. What does it look like in first 30 days? Is setting up your routine, setting up the habits that will provide you that infrastructure for growing your business and growing yourself, right? So that is the biggest thing that anybody can do is investing in your own growth, your time, investing in your education, because as much as you can immerse yourself in the knowledge, that knowledge will lead to the confidence, and that confidence will lead you to action, and that action will lead you to results. So if there is no knowledge, the whole chain is disrupted. You cannot expect result without going through knowledge, having confidence, and putting action behind it, right?
Also, that helps you reduce your fear of
Yeah.
doing anything new. When you start something new, you may not be sure or you may be unsure about certain waters that you're trying to tread. But the way you deal with that is not by cowering and saying, oh, I don't want to do it. You got to, I always tell people, think about what's the worst that happens. This is one thing that has helped Mayank and Chopra a lot in this business. We went through a downturn when interviews. I used to be scared of doing interviews. I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this interview. And then I started saying, what's the worst that'll happen? They ask me a question I can't answer. I say, I don't know. What are they going to do? Bite me? No. Right? So that's how simple that is. Right. So I tell people dealing with that fear in my case, that was one of the things. Right. But if you are doing the right things in your first 30 days, that is going to help you develop confidence, right, to deal with that.
Yes, yes. And another big responsibility, and take it as your own responsibility, nobody else's responsibility. It's my own responsibility is to increase my belief. Belief in what? Belief in the products that I'm working with, belief in the education system that we do have good mentorship. What is the fruit on the tree? Check it out. Like people who are succeeding in this environment, what are the results they are creating? Have belief in that, right? Belief in yourself. As you will start to get more and more knowledge, you will start to create that belief in yourself. On top of that, the next thing is the habits that we created, we want to create consistency in those habits. So you will also hear this term called 30-day core run, or after phase A, when you get started, 30-day core run. What is that? It's a 30-day period where you do those habits, the simple habits that are supposed to build you the infrastructure of your business consistently for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be done in 30 days, and sometimes it takes 60 days, or sometimes it takes 90 days, because we're all human beings. We, fall off the bandwagon, we miss 2 days, hey, come back again. No, nothing lost, right? As long as we keep getting back up and coming back again, we build that habit of consistency. And in the beginning phase of your business, I think building your consistency is the biggest success that you can create for yourself, and over anything else, right? So I'll give you a quick checklist of few things that you should be thinking that have I already done, and if I've not already done, check with your coach, when are we going to do it? Simple things, checklist like, okay, did I listen to podcast? Do I have a book to read so I can grow myself, right? Did I set up my Ditto profile? First of all, learn what is actually a Ditto. You will learn about that, right? And then when you learn, can you set up your Ditto profile? Have you done your budgeting? Because one of the things that we are very serious about is making sure that we are using our finances the right way. We are not overspending. We are using every single dollar that we have to the best of, the usage that we can get from it, right? Do I have my workshops on my calendar, the Wednesday trainings and the Friday trainings? We all know the time. Do I have it scheduled on my calendar so I don't have to wonder when is it going to happen, right? So if those things are in place in your first 30 days, along with your consistent habit and belief, I think you're set up for success.
So I'm gonna take it one more level. Can I take it? Can you guys survive that? Is it okay if I take it just one more level up? Yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing enough people shake their heads. Can you shake your head? Okay. All right. So now what Shipra talked about is how to survive in the first 30 days. That's how I look at it, being honest about it. Here's how you think about it. When you came in this business, did you come in with the business of saying, if somebody asked you, do you want to go platinum in 2 years, or do you want to go platinum in 20 years? What's your answer? How many people want to go in 2 years? Come on, raise your hand if you want to go in 2 years. Okay, you want to go in 2 years, right? So you want to go platinum faster than now today than later. Fair? Okay. So if that's the case, then you got to think about, do I want to live the minimum wage mentality, or do I want to give the maximum that I can? Right? Shipra used a word which is ringing in my head for the last few days. Okay, she talked in one of her FNHs. She said, everybody talks about binging shows on Netflix. How about binge listening to podcasts? How many can do that? How many can get into a competition on their coaches team, say, hey, I'm going to be the one who listens to most podcasts in a day. I'm going to put it on our legacy group. I'm going to put it on a WhatsApp group. How about doing that? How about you can read 15 minutes. If you want to do minimum wage, that's awesome. Nothing wrong in it. But can you up it? Can you win it? Can you say, hey, I'm going to read for an hour, or I'm going to read until I want to go to sleep, right? How about that, right? How about that, right? How about for podcast? I tell people, think about it, right? I mean, coming to meetings, it should be a minimum wage. I'm sorry if your coach has to tell you about coming to these meetings, okay? Just saying. But if you are not that person, if you are already taken charge, congratulations. But how about getting to the next winning stage, which says, come early, show up before your coach shows. Does your coach have to worry you are there or not? Or you are already there before he logs in on the event, right? So these are, guys, these are little things. I tell people about your volume, right? We have volume standards, guys, right? Why does your coach have to ever call you? I hope your coach doesn't call you. I hope your coach is not desperate to call you, say, hey, you didn't do your 100 PV or 150. But if you are in this game to win it and you're not building it for your coach, for yourself, how about you saying, man, it's my business. My Ditto is set up 1st August, boom, this is what's going to come out, right? So that, I tell you, is your decisions. Your coach, as much as he loves you, will never run after you, say, hey, you're not doing 150. Hey, you are not coming to the meetings on time. Hey, why do I have to tell you? No. He will never tell you that. He'll just love you. He'll try to build relationship with you. But you as an entrepreneur got to take that baton. You got to say, I'm in this to winning this. I want to have that growth now than later. I'm going to do the maximum. So if my coach has to pick one person on my team to say, this is the guy, Upline Diamonds, Jwalantan Asha, Rashmi Smita, that's going to be the next platinum. He'll pick me because I am separating myself from the crowd. Okay. I hope I'm not scaring some of you. Okay. Because my goal is not to scare you guys. My goal is to say you can choose whatever level you work with. But at the end of the day, if you're here to win it, if you want to do it, make it happen now, let's go. Let's make it happen.